We're here because free speech is under attack. We're here because people are being convinced that socialism works. We're here because people are being judged guilty until proven innocent. We are fighting back with facts. This is not a safe zone, so buckle up, Buttercup. This is the raw, naked truth.
Military aid approved for Israel, new emissions regulations, election security, and more. Welcome to the Raw Naked Truth. I'm your host, Eric Lopkin, and here's the news you need to know. The Biden administration has authorized the transfer of billions of dollars in bombs and fighter jets to Israel, despite concerns from Washington about a probable military operation in southern Gaza. The weapons package includes more than 1,800 Mk-84, 2,000-pound bombs, and 500 Mk-82 500-pound bombs. Pentagon and State Department officials familiar with the matter told the Washington Post. A State Department official told Fox News Digital that fulfilling an authorization from one notification to Congress can result in dozens of individual foreign military sales cases across the decades-long life cycle of the congressional notification. President Biden was slammed Saturday after marking Easter Sunday, the most solemn Christian holiday, as Transgender Day of Visibility. Prominent Christians, politicians, and commentators flooded social media platforms with criticism after the announcement from the White House. While March 31st has been designated to honor the transgender movement since Biden took office, this year it falls on Easter Sunday, one of the most important days for Christians as they celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Tennessee Republican Representative Diana Harshbarger said the announcement was intentional and slammed it as a blatant disregard. This is a direct assault on Christianity. It's evident the left is determined to undermine our religion and traditions, she wrote on X. This isn't just blatant disregard, it's intentional. Conservative commentator Benny Johnson shared a screenshot of the White House statement, writing alongside it, "What a slap in the face to all Christians in America." International Transgender Day of Visibility was created by activists more than 10 years ago and is celebrated each year on March 31st, while the date of Easter Sunday changes from year to year. There are at least 28 other related holidays celebrated in the U.S., including International Asexuality Day, International Day of Pink, Day of Silence, Harvey Milk Day, Pansexual and Panromantic Awareness Day, and International Drag Day. There are also entire months devoted to LGBT causes or commemorations, including Pride Month in June, LGBT History Month in October, and Transgender Awareness Month in November. A Pennsylvania federal appeals court has ruled that mail-in ballots received without accurate handwritten dates on the outside of envelopes are not valid, a ruling that will have a significant impact on this year's elections in the key battleground state. The U.S. Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit ruled 2-1 on Wednesday, overturning a lower court's November decision. The lower court had ruled that even without the proper dates, mail-in ballots should be counted if received on time. The court said that trivial paperwork errors disenfranchised voters and violated the materiality provision of the U.S. Civil Rights Act of 1964, which states that immaterial errors or omissions should not be used to prevent voting. The court found that ensuring that votes were cast during the proper voting period was material. The Biden administration finalized long-awaited regulations targeting emissions generated from heavy-duty vehicles, including trucks and buses, the latest salvo in President Biden's sweeping climate agenda. The Environmental Protection Agency announced the new regulations Friday morning and officials said they represent the strongest ever greenhouse gas emissions standards of their kind. The rules will kick in beginning in 2026 for model year 2027 vehicles and progressively become more stringent through model year 2032, forcing a larger number of trucks and buses to be zero emissions in that time frame. EPA standards complement President Biden's unprecedented investment in our workers and communities to reduce harmful emissions, while strengthening our manufacturing capacity for the transportation technologies of the future, said White House climate advisor Ali Zaidi. By tackling pollution from heavy-duty vehicles, we can unlock extraordinary public health, climate, and economic gains. Former President Trump and 8 co-defendants have appealed a court order that kept embattled Atlanta prosecutor Fani Willis on a sweeping election interference case, arguing she should have been disqualified for having an improper affair with a subordinate whom she hired. In a petition to the Georgia Court of Appeals, Trump and co-defendants argued a court order demanding Willis to remove Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade or withdraw from the case didn't go far enough, and that she should have been disqualified. Shortly after Judge Scott McAfee issued his ultimatum earlier this month, Wade resigned from his post, leaving Willis to continue leading the case. A federal judge has stopped a Southern Oregon city attempt to shut down a church's homeless meal service, ultimately ruling against the city government in a key First Amendment case. U.S. Magistrate Judge Mark Clark ruled Wednesday that an ordinance passed by the small city of Brookings on the southern Oregon coast violated the religious freedom rights of St. Timothy's Episcopal Church, which regularly serves meals to the homeless. KGW television reported. The ordinance, initially approved by the city in 2021, required a permit to serve free food in residential areas and further limited the church's homeless meal services to 2 days a week. The church, which has served the free meals since 2009, then took legal action and sued the city, saying the ordinance violated its rights to freely practice religion. On Wednesday, the federal judge agreed with the church. 11 states are suing the Biden administration to block its new student loan repayment plan called SAVE, which has already resulted in more than $1 billion in debt cancellation for more than 150,000 borrowers. The suit, which the states filed in federal court in Kansas Thursday, is over a different program than the mass debt relief plan that the Supreme Court knocked down last year, but the outcome of the case will likely turn on similar questions. Those include whether the states have standing or the right to bring the suit, and whether Congress has authorized the executive branch to make these kinds of changes to the student loan program. The White House launched the Saving on a Valuable Education, or SAVE plan, last year, touting the plan as part of their broader efforts around student debt relief following the Supreme Court's decision to strike down the administration's initial mass debt forgiveness plan. That's the Raw Naked Truth. You can catch every episode of the Raw Naked Truth at xvadio.com, the Apple Podcasts app, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, and other platforms that respect freedom of speech. We'll see you next time.